It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Tonight it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. First of two here on a Monday night, the opener for these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Wilson to throw right away. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. These fans here in Seattle getting the chance to see Russell Wilson play his first game for a franchise other than theirs. In Russell's 10 seasons in a Seahawk uniform, he went 104, 53-1 in the regular season, threw for over 37,000 yards, almost 300 touchdowns, a Pro Bowler 9 of his 10 seasons with the Seahawks, and of course led them to victory over, ironically, the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Finds Dulcich out left side. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down. There's Wilson to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. Jerry Jeudy from 8 yards out. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
From the gun on third down, Smith. Got a man, it's Mims. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
7 Pirates, 18 Rebels. Warriors, 17.
Throwing now is Geno. It's caught, Lockett. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 14. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
Straight ahead, Walker trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Baron Browning, the one who brought him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. The Seahawks on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
19, driver, 19.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, rookie, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Williams loses the football, but it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the 1st. Now Wilson. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st down, Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. Dances by at the 20. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have regained the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Geno. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
51 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run it again with Williams. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extending one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Play action. It's Wilson. Rolling to his right. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now stands at 13. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Smith's throw into the hands of Fant. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now Geno on first down. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 11. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Gino now to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Cup 19. Cup 19.
Smith. On the slant, it's Fant. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st down, it's Smith. Quickly into the hands of Mims. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Smith. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Smith. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So we reach halftime here in our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Mustang 19.
Here's Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the 2nd half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Man open downfield. It's Metcalf. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now it's Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions. Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating in peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out. On second down, Williams. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. But you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
Hey, 0-0-0.
They give it to Williams, running right. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. Now a 10th carry here. And he loses the football a second time. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they got the turnover, and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
3rd and 2, Smith.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41.
7 Pirates, 18 Rebels, 18 Rebels. Warriors, 70. 60 Maverick, 6.
Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And some room to maneuver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now Smith.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Seahawks are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
14.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now a give up the middle to Williams.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Wilson's throw caught here by Dulcich.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 85 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams.
Down to about the 37. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On third down, Wilson.
He's got Dulcich going across the formation.
And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line.
Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass, obviously.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The busy night continues for Williams. They're able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Williams.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 101 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
And they take a knee. And they will take a knee here. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the Broncos, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.